Hi everyone, we're here at Autosport International. I'm Andy Tudor, Creative Director, and this is Joe Barron.
Hello.
Hey. And we're here to talk about the SMS-R Driver Network Championship final.
If there wasn't enough going on here at Autosport, we've also got to run some eSports as well.
Exactly. So it's happening, so it's Thursday right now. Yep. So it's happening.
Final starts at midnight UK time tonight.
That's right. So all the drivers will hopefully be getting prepared right now.
Yeah, I imagine they haven't slept much since the last event in practice.
Yeah, I mean, so the round 15 rerun just happened last weekend. And usually we have a bit more time, don't we, before
there's normally
each round.
2 or 3 weeks and people can work on setups and stuff. But I think it wouldn't surprise me if some of the teams have been double teaming and practicing for both events at the same time. They've got to use their time efficiently. Yeah,
because we were going to keep the finals secret for a little bit longer, but because we wanted it to coincide with the Dubai 24-hour, like we announced it.
I mean, all those cool prizes to talk about from Trustmaster.
Yeah, exactly.
As well, so let's get the word out about that.
Exactly.
And NVIDIA we announced today too with some graphics cards.
Yes. So for those out there who haven't seen over the last few days, last few weeks, we had Thrustmaster first coming on with
wheels, pedals,
servos,
shifters,
yeah, that's
rims,
awesome.
Different wheel bases as well.
Yeah,
depending on where you finish.
As well. Yeah. That's great. So the first, second, third MVP all win those, various combinations of that. And then Intel came along
with the i7 processor for the winner.
Yeah, so the Core i7 processor for the winner. That's going to make their PC awesome.
Yeah, and then NVIDIA 980 Ti's 980 Ti's, is that right?
The GTX 980 Ti, yes.
Okay, we have to use the full terminology, of course.
Absolutely.
So yeah, one of those for overall winner and one of those for the MVP as well, which I think we've now said is the top driver who isn't in an eSports team, so the top privateer, if you like.
Exactly. And that card is, as NVIDIA themselves say, I mean, it really gears you up for the next gen because it allows you to play at 4K resolution. You know, we've been talking about 4K in project cards for quite a long time now, and 12K and stuff like that. So this is the card that you need for that.
VR ready for when those days arrive as well.
VR ready, exactly. So that's gonna. I mean, the drivers that are playing in our eSports final, they're already major, players and hardcore guys. So I mean, this takes it to the next level, doesn't it? I mean, with like VR, like I wonder if eSports in the future is going to become. You've got the wheel, you've got the pedals, you've got the race suit, you've taken your shoes off, you're as hardcore as you can, and now it's like you're going to have the VR.
If they're really hardcore, it'll be VR, and they'll have race boots on. They won't be playing in socks.
Right, yeah, true. They get some proper ones from here. Yeah, so just wanted to kind of go over like the final, like what we're going to expect from it. So we were talking earlier, weren't we, about? I mean, it's down to between Team Shark and SDL.
Yeah, 13 points between At Home from Team Shark Racing and Sonic from SDL as well. Yep. Sonic with that narrow lead at the moment, but
so there's 13 points ahead, but there's 50 for the first, and then 45. So we worked it out, or at least I worked it out, and the way that it could flip over is it's really Sonic's game to lose here. So if Atho wins, if he gets first, then Sonic has to come fourth, I believe. And that really puts the pressure on teammates. So I'm sure Atho can do it, I'm sure Sonic can do it, but it's going to be up to the other guys on their teams. It's
effectively a challenge to see who's going to be first, who's potentially going to be slightly lower down, and then whose teammates can fill that gap far enough. I think if Atho wins the final in terms of that one event, and 2 or 3 of his Team Shark teammates can get in close enough to him between his time and Sonic's time to push Sonic out of the top 4.
Yeah, because can you imagine what would happen if Sonic put in a really good time and then one of his teammates actually did even better?
I think we might see some team orders.
There might be team orders. Yeah, we talked about it in F1, but like it could happen here as well. But yeah, you don't want one of your teammates to do better than you because that effectively pushes you down into a lower position, and that could lose you the final.
They're operating on teams internally, both of them. They're operating on a very narrow margin. I'm sure they'll all find ways of pushing the right guy to the front at the right moment.
Exactly. I mean, Sonic's always been the fastest, I'd say, on the team. That you were saying about Mahalo as well. It's been really fast.
I think Sonic in the last few events has come to the fore again. He had a slight dry spell in terms of wins a month or 2 ago, which was when Aho was dominating, and it's flipped around a little bit.
Rossi 46 is usually just right behind him.
Yeah, another
and then
SDL
Rotax
driver.
behind, and then it's a bit of a mishmash between various people like that. Mangator's just joined as well. So
the thing that's in Team Shark's favour is they generally, although they have a smaller team, they've had more drivers in the top 10 sort of positions in a more consistent basis in the last few weeks.
Yeah, so there's Yanato and who else is there on Team Shark as well? Racer, of course,
and JPO2 as well.
Yes,
and they're all up there. They're generally up near the top, but now they have to get closer to Atho to fill those as many of those top positions as they can to give him the best chance.
So I can imagine, this weekend is going to be a lot of trying things out and and sharing that information with the rest of the team to say, look, don't take this line, you're going to go faster, and I need you to go faster in order for me to win, basically. So
there's a lot of lap time to be found as well. It's GT3 cars, but the Dubai Autodrome circuit is a pretty long lap, so there will be opportunities for people to find lines that other people haven't thought of. Hopefully not exploiting track limits, don't do that anymore. Stop
exactly.
It.
Come on guys, it's the final, just this one time, just don't do it.
Yeah, make our job a bit easier
if
you can.
Exactly.
But generally they have been quite well behaved with that recently. It'd be interesting to see how far guys and some of them push it, but with so much at stake, I don't think anybody will risk too much in terms of track limits. I would expect people to be well behaved because
it's more well behaved on consoles as well. I've seen, like on PC, generally there's more exploits kind of been doing. I don't know why.
Well, not exploits in the sense.
Not exploits,
but
not hacks
people,
or anything.
Nothing like that.
People stretching the rules.
People stretching the limits of the circuit for sure. I think we'll probably see less of that. We'll probably see as much of it as we've seen a normal event, but less of it from the top guys this week because they need to be quick. But there is no way they can risk their fastest tyre having a cut in it because there will be no points at all and it's game over straight away.
Exactly, just having it nullified completely is effectively the season over for you. So
it's the old phrase to finish first you have to finish. So nobody wants their lap time to get cut.
Yeah, so it's going to be really interesting. You know, it really is. You know, it's 4 days of which we'll see people posting time. I think they'll probably be quite conservative early on, and then it all comes down to like the last day, the last hour, putting in the last few.
We had a lot of the top times set in the penultimate round. The Silverstone round was set within the last half an hour of the entire 4 days.
Exactly.
And I imagine that there'll be people who don't want to show their hand too early to give away their pace and then have people to give people a target essentially in terms of tweaking setup and things. But if you go quickly too early, there's more opportunity to try and figure out how you went that fast. So.
Yeah. Big showdown between Team Shark and SDL Motorsport.
And Logitech and Thrustmaster sponsor each of the teams as well. So
yeah, I know.
All the way around. So Team Shark are a Thrustmaster team now, and SDL have been with Logitech for a long time. So as if there wasn't enough rivalry already, there's now rivalry to go with everything.
There is, exactly. And just behind them, I mean, well, not just behind them, they're quite a far way down, but I mean, I saw Viking have done Viking and Starlux are like the 2 teams behind that I'd say could do better. Like they've underperformed, I'd say, this season.
I think they've underperformed to an extent, but both of them have had individual events where they've had several guys right in the front and knocked.
Like Asgard and one of the other guys.
They've knocked, on rare occasions they have knocked Team Shark and SDL off the top few spots.
Yeah,
they can do it. I don't know if they are smaller teams, so maybe they don't have as much setup information to share between them. Yeah, but they certainly have the talent, so I wouldn't be surprised if. It'd be very interesting actually if some of the other teams did win this final, and then it would throw many more ramifications into points and potential scenarios for who could win.
I think early on as well, Viking were hiding their ghosts. Or they had the privacy settings set on so that you couldn't actually see their ghosts. And I think going into the next season, if they actually turn those on from day one, which they have done, during the last half of the season, then I think they'll do a lot better. I think if they kind of take it seriously. You've seen the prizes, you've seen the trophies, you've seen the coverage it's getting from like Red Bull, eSports that we got today. So I think if they knuckle down, they could do quite well. And then there's Unity, the brand new guys,
and some other new teams that are potentially coming in 2016 as well. So
and we want to get BAM eSports back again. Those guys started off strong. I think they'll probably still end up like 20th in the driver standings, but they haven't been playing at all. And I think if those guys came back as well with like the changes and things we made, the brand new cars, the tracks and stuff, the rule enforcements that we've got now, I think they could be really powerful next season.
I think we'll see a wider variety with some of the changes we're potentially planning for season 2. I think we'll see a wide, not just more teams, but a wider variety of experience levels, and that could change up the order at the top, it could change up the order at the bottom, it could change up the order at the middle, who knows, it might be a bit of a topsy-turvy season too, we'll have to see.
Absolutely.
The pressure will be on the top guys to do it all again for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So stay tuned to our website and our social media channels over the coming weekend, and yeah, cross your fingers and vote for whoever you think is going to win. We'll put a Twitter poll up soon of who you think is going to win and stuff, and yeah, stay tuned for more.
We're going to steal some rims now.
Let's go.